friends, I'm here with Dikla Goren. You may know her from her awesome Instagram, her blog.
So sweet.
I did go down a rabbit hole of your YouTube page, Dikla.
My YouTube, okay.
You abandoned that about 2 years ago,
True.
but I like it. I think you
so
did
maybe I need to get back to it.
I'm just saying, like, give us some longer form. Like, we want to see what's going on in your life.
It's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's a good mess, though.
It's a good mess.
Right.
This is a mother of 4, you guys. If you're watching on video, you're like, that woman's a mother of 4? What? Yes, it's true.
Oh my God, your energy is addictive. I'm sorry.
What?
Your energy.
My energy is addictive. This is the thing. This is why I do my job. This is very exciting.
Good.
But I have really wanted to get to know you for a really long time. I'm a big fan of yours. I really appreciate all the advocacy you're doing around Israel and
Thank you. Yeah.
you know, I for a long time I follow you for your, you know, your fashion and for your really fun mom moments. You have like such a great sense of humor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you
That's the way to survive with 4 kids. You know, you have to laugh about stuff.
You have to laugh about stuff. Very Jewish. But recently, you know, since the war broke out on October 7th, 2023, you have been a little more serious.
Right.
And, you know, I'm sitting here with you, like, both of us are just so kind of constricted about it because how do you even talk about, how do we even talk about it? How do we bring light to this situation? But I have to thank you because for a long time, you've been out there momming with 4 kids in New York City. And we knew that there was a lot of anti-Semitism and a lot of anti-Israel bias. And you came at it with so much strength and pride and humor and love.
But honestly, I did not feel any anti-Semitism before October 7th.
Oh, then let's talk about that.
I felt safe when I was watching, you know, other accounts like for other people advocating for Israel and Jewish life. I was like, why? Like, I felt safe.
Yeah, and I'm glad you did because it meant that you shared so openly and freely in a way that American Jews actually don't feel comfortable necessarily doing. I have a friend, Ariel, who is a wonderful, you know, Jewish blogger essentially, and I always tell her, I'm like, you know, she talks about her Jewish identity in a way that American Jews don't feel comfortable because not that
it's out there.
We just sort of always knew that there was like a latent bias, Nagid, we'll say, right? Yeah. And you came at it, you were like, I come from Israel and it's hot there. And when I moved to New York, it got cold. So I changed up my fashion. And it's like, oh, she has no idea that like anyone's out there hating on us. And
I still don't believe it though, you know, because
because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but also like the people surrounding me, I don't know, even at my kids' school, so they go to public school, okay? So even the parents there, they show me so much love.
They do. That's great. I'm so glad to hear it.
So seeing those videos from, I don't know, all over the world and from America, it's crazy. It drives you crazy because you don't see it, you know, on your everyday life, but you know it's out there, so.
But you don't see it in your everyday life. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, I don't.
And you feel safe now, like sharing your kids and all
you know
of that?
It's not like before. Now I'm trying. I think I need to take some extra cautious because people tell me how you do those things, like why your kids are on social media. You know, things I never really cared before, but now I'm like, okay, maybe I should rethink about those things.
But do you get messages that are hateful? Maybe you don't. Hey, if you're gonna debunk this theory that they're out to get us, I would love that. I would love for that not to be true. So if maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I get messages that are terrible.
I do. At the beginning, okay, so
I'm
social, an influencer on Instagram or TikTok, I feel like it's 2 different things. Because on TikTok, everything is so viral that you get everyone to see it, okay? On Instagram, most of the people who see your content eventually, it's your followers and some others, but it's not the same scale as TikTok.
You have millions of views on your reels.
Right.
But
there's an option because I started to get those haters all the time.
Just recently.
Yeah, like here and there. It's not so bad, but I decided to protect my soul and my energy. So I just decided to add those hidden words on Instagram.
Yeah, I did that too. Yeah. And it's so sad because
it's gonna protect me though. I know
it protects me a lot. Yeah.
Right.
My mental health. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't get the bad messages anymore. I'm like, okay, we're good.
Sometimes I have my assistant look and just check and see if there are any really bad ones because I just want to know.
You don't want to see it, but you don't want to know if it's like, right.
I don't want to see it because it really affects my mental health. But I want to know just in case, just to be safe. But you think that, so when you started getting hateful comments, you just started putting the hidden filters on and
right.
Feel better?
I wanted to protect myself, and then but I mean, as the time, well, the war is not over. It's not going to be over anytime soon. So I feel like we also need, like, to try and move to our regular life, like the things I did before, things that makes me happy. Try how you take like such a hard content and subject and try to mix it up with like some family stuff. It's just, there's a lot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot. Especially because you didn't sign up for it. You're like, I'm a fashion blogger.
Exactly. But
I have 4 children.
But as a Jewish mom, women, you feel like you have to use your platform, for something good. And I think that was the good thing to do. It's like nobody told me I have to do it, but if I wouldn't do it, I wouldn't forgive myself.
What have you been doing in terms of advocacy?
I mean, everything, like just talking about Israel, about us as Jewish people everywhere, Even the last cute video that I did, like trying, did you see it?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Which one?
So last Friday, I just decided to make someone, to do something cute to make someone feel special, okay? So I was walking in Brooklyn with like flowers, did you see it? With a bouquet.
No, I didn't.
And I started to ask people on the streets if they're Jewish.
Oh.
I was afraid someone would punch me, but my daughter was there with me, and I was holding flowers. So hopefully, I told myself it will be fine. Like nobody will punch someone who's holding flowers, right? Roses. And eventually I found a guy, and he was like so sweet, and I gave him a hug, and he was like, oh my God, I never really hug strangers, but do you want to come for Shabbat?
Oh my God, that's so nice.
It was so cute.
I mean, the Jewish community in New York is really very special.
Right.
It really is. What brought you here?
So, actually my husband. So I've known my husband since we were 6.
Oh my God.
I know, for a long time.
Wait, you guys, you're going to check out Dikla's profile and be like, you're still that frisky? Like what? 6?
It's not like we're always together. We've never really been together, but
like when you were younger.
When we were younger. So anyways, it was like the cute kid who came to my neighbor's house, it was his cousin. My neighbor was his cousin. And my brother used to play with his cousin in the same rock band back in high school. They had a band. And Noam used to come and, just visit his cousin. I was like, oh my God, this kid is so cute. I was honestly 6. It was maybe 8. And then we were dating for like a month when I was, I think, in 9th grade, and I broke his heart. Apparently, it told me like a few years after. But Noam came here right after the military service. Fell in love in New York City. Started to work in the nightlife, and I got married.
Wait, what do you mean? So you came to visit him and then you got married?
No. He came here by himself with his friends, and he fell in love with an American woman.
Oh, I thought he fell in love with New York City.
Also in New York City. Both.
And then he fell in love with a New York woman.
Yeah. And
got married here.
Yeah. And she got converted and everything. And 5 years after, one day he gives me a call, and I was like about to get married in Israel. Like I was dating someone 4 years. Yeah. It was 4 years younger than me. We were together, for 4 years. Anyways, he calls me and he's like, I'm coming to Israel. Let's meet. I'm like, okay, let's meet. And he's like, we met in this super nice hotel, the Rothschild Hotel, I think. No, the Montefiore Hotel in Tel Aviv. And he's like, I just want to tell you that I'm going through divorce. I'm like, and someone goes during divorce, just his charisma is 0,
Oh,
I'm like, okay, good luck. What do you want from me?
Like, I'll take the
Good
drink, but
luck.
bye.
Bye. Good to see you. But you know what? From that moment, I feel like I was probably thinking about him a lot. And also since I was about to get married, I was like, am I doing the right thing? So I decided to give him a call almost like a year after. And he's like, oh my God, if you call me, I'm coming to pick you up. Anyways, I flew to New York 2 weeks after, and 2.5 months after I was pregnant.
No.
So we never really had a wedding.
I saw that. Actually, that reel was really cute.
Right?
What?
Yeah.
So you got knocked up like by accident? Just to clarify. Just to make.
It wasn't an accident. I mean, if you do it every day.
Right? Oh my God. So you got.
It's too funny.
With 2.5 months?
I mean, there was a reason why.
I guess I'm going to marry this guy that I've known since I was 6.
I flew all the way for him. And it felt like you felt like home, you know?
Wow.
When you meet someone and it's just known you for so many years. It's like you don't need to say anything. He knows everything about
well, you obviously weren't saying much.
Too funny.
So you moved to New York and you knew you wanted to raise your children here?
Definitely not. We always had the agreement that before our oldest is in first grade, we're going back home.
That was long ago.
That was a long time ago.
Well, wait, how old is your oldest now?
He's almost 13. It's a bar mitzvah year.
Wow,
12 and a half.
That's very exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, but so that didn't happen. My parents also were the same way. They were like, we're moving back to Israel. We're moving back to Israel. We're moving back to Israel. And I have to tell you, New York City is an intoxicating place. It's a beautiful place.
Totally.
It's a beautiful place. They never moved.
I know.
They never moved back.
I mean, I miss the lifestyle. Well, we go every summer. Usually I spend with the kids 2 months there. And mom's like,
in the
back
summer,
and forth. Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like here there's, also there's a lot of missing. But for kids, I feel like it's easier to be outside all day. And, like group of friends playing out. So it's definitely different.
But you've built a beautiful life here.
Thank you.
I mean, how did you decide to get into blogging and content creation?
I don't know. My background, I felt my dad was had this photography store back home. It was so small. So I was working with him. I'm really I have like a background with like photography and editing. So.
Modeling? Did you do modeling in Israel?
No. I was always kind of short. I'm still short. I'm 5'6".
You're a giant to me. But okay, everything's going great.
Not for modeling though. But yeah, and I gave birth to Ori, which is my second child, and I didn't want to go back to work. I was working 6 days a week, and I was like,
doing what?
This is not for me. So it was really in between me getting papers and everything.
Yeah, you got to get legal. Got to get it legal.
So our friend, he has natural stone shop. So I was selling slabs, like facades, like a very masculine job.
Oh, wow.
Like natural stones. So I quit like 8 years ago, and he actually tells me that people still calls there and ask for me. I was so good.
I'm not surprised.
I was the best seller.
Obviously.
For sure.
Everything you touch turns to gold. Okay, so then you just you picked up your phone and started taking pictures?
Yeah, I decided I was following someone, like she was a travel blogger, Tula. I don't know where she's from, but she was gorgeous and just like everywhere. So I just started to take photos, mostly with me and the kids, because I was a new mom, writing stuff about it. People loved it.
I was the
same. I mean, that's the old days of social media. Remember Instagram, where you just took simple photos?
Also, babies are gorgeous.
I know.
Babies are like, I'm gonna stop the scroll to look at a baby. You better believe it. Like, yeah.
I know. I miss having babies.
You have 4 children and you still miss it. Would you have a 5th?
I would, but my husband thinks something else.
You crazy. You would?
I would. I mean, finally I have like the nice figure and everything. So how do you do it again? But yeah.
But your youngest is 4,
I cannot say no, If something magic will happen and all of a sudden I'm pregnant, so yeah.
Wow.
But
what is it about babies and having kids that you love the most?
Ooh. No, honestly, I think it's a good question, but I feel like, so I grew up, we had like My brother is 7 years older than me, and my sister is 10 years younger than me.
Oh, wow.
So we have
Same parents.
17 years apart between, my brother and my sister. And that's because I had a sister and she died in a car accident. She got killed in a car accident. So when that happened, she was 10 years younger than me.
Sorry.
My parents just did my baby sister, so I never really had someone to play with like my entire childhood. I never had like the connection to the sibling, like it was my brother. It's huge, 7 years is almost like a parent-child relationship.
It is a parent-child relationship. My sister is 7 years older than me, and my brother's
Right.
10 years older than me.
So for me,
And like psychologically, they're like the second parents.
totally.
Yeah.
I remember even when I got older and just go, out with my friends to a bar or restaurant, he's like, go back home. What do you do here? It's
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, they
It's
have
not
authority
fun.
over you, for real.
Totally.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah.
you have children who have siblings.
Right. Like
And
all
a
of a
sibling
sudden.
relationship. And are they close? I mean, I'm sure they fight.
They fight
like
a
every
lot.
kid.
But for the first time, like seeing, my oldest and my second child, like all of them play together and fight together, whatever they do, but they do it together and not just alone. It's nice.
It's so nice.
Yeah.
Even in New York City, you don't feel cramped? I'm like, are you sure? Are you having a fifth baby? Is that what's happening here? but you're making it work.
It's not like the it's the only place where I grew like, sorry, how do you say it?
It's the only place where you've raised children.
Exactly.
Is in New York City. It's the only place you know.
Exactly. Thank you. Daniela.
Right. You're very welcome.
Exactly.
That's what I'm here
That's the only
for.
place I know. No, because
Yeah.
sometimes people ask me, how does it feel like to raise kids in New York City? I'm like, I don't know. That's the only thing I know.
Yeah. And you've been enjoying it. So, like, it's good.
Yeah, it's okay. Especially when you don't have family around. That's your family. That's everything. That's a core. That's it. You don't have
Yeah.
anyone to go to or travel or see your parents.
Yeah.
It's us.
Yeah. It's really sweet. It's so special.
It is.
And your work has taken you, do you get to travel with your work, or do you get to do fun stuff with the kids?
Yeah, fun stuff a lot. I mean, like resorts somewhere. Here
That's
and there,
fun.
travel. Yeah, that's a nice part of it.
That is so cool. Can you give us like a clue into what it's like to be a content creator? Like, do you have a team?
I do. At this point, I have an assistant and I have an agent. So you mostly book my jobs. I mean,
Amazing.
people also reach out to me directly through Instagram because it feels very, like easy and personal. They can just reach you out very quickly.
Yeah. And TikTok you also do?
I did, but my daughter, once she posted a video of her with a towel.
Oh, yeah. What happened?
And they banned my
They
account.
banned you. Because your daughter was in a towel? Wow.
I mean, it doesn't sound good, but it was not bad. But yeah, it was a mistake, and that's it. I need to start from
scratch?
from scratch.
How many followers did you have?
I don't remember even.
But it was like enough.
Yeah, it was a nice account.
Oh, well, there you go. Alevai, if only they would ban accounts that were really doing
I know!
terrible things, the world would be a better place.
I know, and look what they post now. Like,
I know.
nothing is off. Nothing.
Nothing is off limits except for your daughter in a towel. All right.
Unbelievable.
Okay, but you're sustaining yourself with Instagram now.
Yeah.
It's giving you enough.
Yeah, I'm very happy with it. I mean, it's the best combo of me. I mean, it's the best mix, because I get a lot of time with the kids and I'm very flexible and I still do get a lot of work. So it's perfect, I'm not looking for anything else at this point. It's perfect for me.
Yeah. And having a lot of time with the kids is really important to you?
It was. I feel like now, because they're all really like grown up and no more babies. So now finally I maybe can do other stuff. So now I need to find a nanny.
A nanny? Did you not have a nanny before?
No one.
What do you mean no one? How? What? What?
I know people always ask me like, how do you do it? And I'm like, I don't know.
I literally don't even know how you get dressed. What? 4 children? That's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is an accomplishment. I think like you keep saying like, I don't know. People always say, but from where I'm standing, I have 2 children. It is a real accomplishment to raise 4 babies and like have a good time doing it.
With no help.
With no help. Really? You didn't have a nanny this whole time?
No.
Why not? You didn't want to?
I don't know. I feel like to teach someone or to make sure it does everything the way you want, such a waste of like energy.
Wow.
No?
I mean, I never
I
found a
don't
nanny
know.
because I think I have trust issues, but I have a babysitter now that I really like.
That's good. We
And
had someone
because I
once
wanted
a
to-
week in the evening. I mean,
Oh.
but it's not really helpful.
For
Like I
date
need
night?
someone now to just take the kids, each one of them to their classes and activities.
Right,
in the
because you're like the
afternoon.
chauffeur now.
Yeah,
Right. The baby's in pre-K now.
almost.
Oh,
3Ks, yeah.
3K. Okay.
She's
okay.
a January baby. So
Okay.
almost getting there.
Wow. But you still have enough time to do this.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, thanks for taking the time. I
of
appreciate it.
course. Couldn't say no.
Yay. That's incredible. I mean, it really is a tremendous accomplishment that I think like we don't honor enough as women. Like
Maybe.
being a mother is a big job. The fact that like enjoying it is a big undertaking. Like I think it's incredible, and we all do need help, and in whatever
I
ways we
agree.
have. You have your assistant doing, your content creation, but
No, mostly like hands-on on everything.
really,
My husband is very involved. Thank
Yeah?
God. Yeah, because I know many.
I'm so glad that first lady didn't work out.
she was nice. I met her even. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she was nice and they didn't have kids.
Exactly. I would take him either or.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's really hands-on.
He's really hands-on. So that's a good thing.
He's cute in your videos, actually. I was like, wow, my husband would never act in my videos.
You understand it's work, it's work.
Of course it's work.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
I love that he respects
He's super
your work.
supportive.
Really?
Very supportive, yeah.
That's fantastic. So he's hands-on with the kids also?
He's hands-on with the kids. We understand that it's like a team, So if you don't have anyone to rely on or help you, like you need to know exactly when they finish, what they do. So most of the days,
It's on you.
I do it. But even, he does the mornings, which is a lot. Like even 4 lunch boxes every day.
He does that? I'm so glad.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. I do one because my son eats school lunch. What does he eat? I don't know. I'm like,
I mean, it's
I'm just
thank God he eats. Like I want
I
my
mean,
kids
really,
to eat school lunch too, and none of them even.
I know, because you are a good cook. Is that what's going on here?
I don't know. They like fresh
Oh
stuff.
my God, they're so Israeli.
I can't blame
That's
them.
the most Israeli thing I've ever heard. They're like, I want fresh, mommy. No, I can't. Ichs. Because like they know good food. Because you cook well.
They appreciate.
Unfortunately,
they appreciate
I
food.
don't cook well, so my son's like, actually, I'd prefer the burrito at school. And he's like an adventurous guy. But you're right. If those 4 lunches every day,
It's a lot of time.
And so he does that.
So mostly he started before I get there, to the kitchen because it takes like a few more minutes in bed. But yeah, but he's always there. If something comes up and I need to do stuff, he'll go get them instead of me. But most of the days, yeah, I'm with them. But I mean, it's a teamwork. You have, you have to find your balance.
Yeah, you guys really do seem to have a beautiful symbiotic relationship.
Thank you.
It's really sweet. There's this one video where you're like, the real reason why, no, not the real reason why we have 4 kids. I think he's like slapping your butt or something. I love that.
I don't even remember.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like conflating
Mixing.
2 different ones. But things I do to turn my husband on.
Oh,
Sitting, walking, talking,
exactly.
breathing.
But he's also OCD.
much.
So if I do the dishwasher, he's like, woo!
Really? Oh, he's into it?
He's very OCD.
That's like, he's very OCD, like actual OCD?
Yeah.
Does that mean that your apartment's really clean?
I used to hate it, because it was really stressful. Before he comes home, I'm like, I need to make sure everything is but
in the right place.
Now I'm like, listen, there's no competition. Once you release, he does it. He does it all.
He does all the cleaning? I love that. Great. See, teamwork. And the fact that you can like laugh about it.
I'm telling you, at the beginning, I didn't know how to what to do with that thing. I thought it was just stresses me out. Now I'm like,
The OCD of it all?
chill.
But now you laugh at it. I see like so
'cause
many
now I
videos.
understand,
Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
So lucky. Because he does the cleaning. Are you kidding? I
Yeah,
love that.
he enjoys it.
What does he do? What's his job?
real estate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you're not going to move back to Israel, you don't think?
I hope we do, but it's really up to him, because he has lots of projects here.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be away from the kids. I'm like, yeah, but maybe let's just try.
Yeah.
You'll be, in and out, Israel on the plane, coming back and forth. I was like, no.
Do you speak to them in Hebrew?
The kids? Yeah. I speak both languages because I'm not sure what they understand. Like the vocabulary at home and at school, it's so different. So I always find myself repeating myself in both languages.
So you say it once in Hebrew and then once in English, just in case?
Yeah.
My parents didn't speak to me only in Hebrew, and I'm just going to tell you. I'm going to give you advice you didn't ask for. I wish they had. Because then, like when you speak to me in Hebrew and I reply, I'm like your kids. I am your kids.
Because they're not answering. They're not answering in
right?
Hebrew.
Like, so you came in and you were like, talking to me in Hebrew, and I understand everything you're saying. And like, if you give me a second,
but your Hebrew sounds amazing.
Thanks so much. But I'm like your kids. Like, my parents really are Israeli. Like, I was raised speaking Hebrew, but not speaking it, mostly just talking back in English.
Exactly.
Which I want so badly to, like, get off the plane in Israel and like just speak in Hebrew and all of that. And I can, but it takes, I don't know.
It doesn't feel natural.
Yeah. But my friends, do you know Donna Omari? Anyway, like there are some of my friends whose parents only spoke to them in Hebrew.
Yeah.
Where like, they just really feel comfortable speaking back in Hebrew, and
but they had to force them to answer in Hebrew, right?
Yeah. So anyway, that's my bilingual tidbit of the day, which is I'm bilingual. I'm bilingual. I like can watch movies in Hebrew. I feel like deeply
that's really hard.
Yeah, it is really hard because it's adult conversation. I know, but I have to force myself.
Without
but I also
subtitle?
But they always have subtitles because I'm always here.
Okay.
But I went to yeshiva my whole life, so I read and write in Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I'm just saying it's really important for kids of any like dual language. It does take a little. It takes a little bit of forcing.
I just need to stop. They probably understand whatever I say.
They understand. Of course, they understand.
Right.
When they're telling a secret, they're telling it in Hebrew. Right?
For sure.
When you don't want someone, right? When you don't want someone to understand, you're like, whispering in Hebrew, and they understand, yeah. But that's my tidbit on bilingualism, because it's not just a matter of like the way you speak or understand; it's the confidence you have,
right? And I see it, my oldest, I feel like he has the most confident about it. Because, you're a new mom. I only spoken with him in
from the
Hebrew,
heart, of course. You'd been.
But then my second child, third, my daughter speaks really good.
Yeah.
She has a confidence.
Some people
but my
have
baby,
it also.
Nothing. Not even can learn nothing.
Wow.
Not even no. Yes. In Hebrew, nothing.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that wild? It's a really crazy experience, actually, to be like, I am one of those children. To like know that like your parents come from a totally different culture than you. Totally different culture. Like, as Israeli as I am, I'm an American person.
Totally. My kids tell me that.
It's all the time. It's actually weird.
Right.
Because my family is Israeli.
Right.
And that, I find it very powerful, and that like I can
be whatever you are, where you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Except when I'm in Israel.
They're totally American.
I'm totally American.
I know.
You know this, right? Like my cousins would always call me mefuneket, which means spoiled. And it's true. Like, I don't know if you feel this way, like that American, like.
It's different.
It's different.
Yeah.
Like when I think about like standing up for Israel or the Jews or whatever, I have the choice to, code switch,
right,
to hide, to deny, to, not share. And, my cousin is on the front lines.
They're out there, right?
Mifuneket, really, I am spoiled, like if I'm enduring anti-Semitism in my kids' public school, it's like, I have the choice to stand up against it, make a fuss, or not. But they don't have a choice. They have to
Right.
literally, go to the army and
Be there.
and be
Serve.
there,
Right.
be there. So it's a funny thing. It's a funny thing to be both. You're sort of both now. Like
I feel like here I'm definitely not American. I'm Israeli, and there I'm just not the typical Israeli.
Oh, really?
No,
Because you've been in America for such a long time?
I think so. It feels different, you know. Everything, your vibe. You know what I mean? The vibe.
Your clothes.
You're like not
Wait, you think Israelis are more Yeah?
Of course.
It's the best. That
Depends.
The spiciness.
I mean,
Sweet.
I'm both. I'm definitely both. But my kids definitely American.
They're American Jews.
Right.
Yeah, it's a totally different experience. Yeah. And in this conflict now, can you can appreciate the sort of two different sides of things, I'm sure. Right? Like really being when you're in America, we don't have a sense of like physical
Right.
being physically in war. Although you grew up in wartime,
Yeah.
terror.
Yes, but you know what? I've been here for so many years that I don't really remember. Well, as a kid, yeah. What was it? מלחמת המפרץ? איך קוראים לזה? In Iraq?
Yeah, in Iraq, but there was also the intifadas. But you were a teenager in the second intifada.
In Israel, so there was always something. I mean,
There was always something.
Bombs
Yeah.
in Tel Aviv buses. Remember?
Yeah.
There was always something.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't have that. Thank God.
Thank God.
Thank God. We don't have that.
Yeah, I
here.
feel like kids are traumatized there for sure.
Kids are traumatized there, huh? Is it nice to know that your kids are not?
Definitely.
I mean, it's really nice. I think
Yeah.
about that all the time.
Yeah.
Like we're so lucky we're alive.
True.
That our physical safety is not in danger.
Totally. 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. How's your family there?
They're all physically okay. I mean, the entire country needs a therapist, but but I just wanted everything to be over and to see like the horizon. I don't know. I just want to know that good days are coming,
Yeah. You have offered some resources for people to support. If you wanted to share that, we would love to. Are there some organizations that you've been partnering with?
And I love ICF, which is Israeli Children Funds. They support kids who lost their parents on October 7th or their parents are held in Gaza.
Beautiful.
So yeah.
I mean,
that's
beautiful.
I know it's crazy that
I'm glad that there's an organization like that.
Yeah, that we even talking about it is crazy, but definitely they're doing great job.
Okay, so we'll keep that link in our bio for people to help.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for all of your advocacy and just for being you.
Thank you.
Yeah, just sharing your love.
Thanks for the invite.
Oh my God, what a joy! If we missed anything, will you let us know? Did we cover all the points?
Perfect.
Yeah. Dikla Goren, thank you. Go enjoy picking up your kids.
Thank you.
You're the best. Thank you, as always, for listening to the Mom Curious podcast. My name is Daniela Rabbani. I am your host, and I would love to continue this conversation at Daniela Rabbani on Instagram. And if you'd be so kind to rate and review, share this podcast, I would be just really grateful. Catch you next time, every Tuesday on the Mom Curious podcast, produced by Hoff Studios. You can find them at Hoff Studios on Instagram as well. All right, have a great day.